observations. These were taken in Las Vegas, where it typically gets really hot. The air temperature 103, but many of us could see temperatures close to that this weekend. But I wanted to show you the difference it can make depending on what surface you're on. We know that metal is obviously going to heat up very quickly. I thought this was super interesting. Green grass, it gets warmer than the air. Take a look at brown grass, which we are seeing a lot of because of how dry it's been. 120 degrees. So you can just see that big difference there. Concrete, obviously 143, and then a blacktop 167. So definitely want to stay away from that and metal. But even the grasses, so if you have those pets, maybe put them on the greener parts instead of the brown parts because it might be a little bit easier on their paws, something to think about. So dangerous heat headed our way. Today's just a taste, and we hit the low 90s. Tomorrow, we're talking highs in the upper 90s. Some of us maybe even going for the triple digits. We're going to see very hot conditions through the valley and up into southwestern parts of Washington. And then areas around that, you get into the high terrain. Heat advisories where temperatures could be between 85 and 95 degrees as we head into the weekend too. So there's just going to be heat everywhere. Central and eastern Oregon, we're going to see it there too. And because of all the hot conditions and because of the dry air that's in place, we'll have to deal with fire danger. And so we have fire weather watches in effect for mainly Saturday into early Sunday for the potential for a few mountain thunderstorms that could bring lightning strikes that could set these fires that may get out of hand very quickly. So we all need to make sure that we do our part if we're going to be getting out and about, that we don't contribute to that fire danger. 91 degrees out there right now, so it is hot. Our high today so far 92, our 5th day this month that we've hit the 90s, and many of us are seeing it. Take a look at Salem, 93, Eugene in the 90s, Vancouver in the 90s, and you head east to the gorge and it just continues to get hotter. And so I think we'll probably see some triple digit heat out towards Hood River and especially towards the Dalles as we go into your Friday afternoon. Hour by hour tonight, temperatures will be slow to fall. In fact, by 8 o'clock, we're still in the 80s, 9 o'clock, and we're still in the 80s. After that, in the 70s, and then eventually we drop into the 60s, lots of sunshine. We start off in the mid-60s. That means we'll warm up very quickly. We'll have some clouds for the coast early on, but those will clear out and we'll see some sunshine, 70s to even around 80 degrees for the coast early in the day. And take a look at this, I-5 in the low to mid-80s by noon, so get out early. As we go later into the day, once we hit 3, 4 o'clock, that's when we start to see the heat hitting those dangerous levels. Upper 90s for us. Triple-digit heat back through the gorge, and even Bend getting into the upper 90s tomorrow. And then as we head into your Saturday, we start off in the 70s and we go into the afternoon, and this is when we could see the hottest day with temperatures approaching the triple digits, and then that slight chance for even some thunderstorms after that. So tracking the heat, this high pressure is where the heat builds in. So it's nearing us right now. Sunday, it actually backs off. So we'll get a break from some of the heat, but that means all this moisture from the ocean pushes in, so it'll be sticky and very uncomfortable. Still talking highs in the 90s. Monday highs in the 90s as that high slides away, and guess what happens next week? We go into the middle part of the week, that high moves right back in, and that means we're going to see those temperatures just shoot right back up again, back well into the 90s, and it looks like it's going to stick around through at least the 4th of July. So your forecast tomorrow, upper 90s as we go through the I-5 corridor, central and eastern Oregon, well into the 90s, triple-digit heat out along I-84, 70s for the coast, 80s by Saturday, and then we cool things down on Sunday with that slight chance for even a stray shower or thunderstorm Sunday afternoon at the coast. Here's a look at the 7-day, and temperatures will continue to stay up there as we go through next week. Our break will be highs in the 90s, but very humid with lows in the upper 60s, and then we're right back at it next week, back well into the 90s.
This is a string of hot weather combined with that humidity that's going to be awful miserable.